The Dreyfus Affair, France, Justice, and the Shadows of Anti-Semitism. The Dreyfus Affair, which convulsed France from 1894 to 1906, remains one of the most infamous cases of miscarriage of justice in modern European history. It was not merely a legal scandal. It was a social, political, and cultural earthquake that exposed the deep fissures within French society, the toxic power of anti-Semitism, and the influence of institutional corruption on justice. Alfred Dreyfus, a Jewish captain in the French army, was accused in 1894 of passing military secrets to Germany. The charges were based on the discovery of a torn memorandum known as the bordereau, which detailed confidential information. Despite the lack of concrete evidence directly linking Dreyfus to espionage, the French military, swayed by entrenched anti-Semitic prejudices and a desire to protect its reputation, convicted him in a closed court-martial. Dreyfus was stripped of his rank, publicly humiliated, and sent to the infamous Devil's Island penal colony off the coast of French Guiana. The affair might have remained a footnote in military history had it not been for the courageous intervention of intellectuals and journalists who challenged the official narrative. Émile Zola, the celebrated novelist, published his landmark open letter J'accuse in 1898, directly accusing the French army of covering up the miscarriage of justice and framing Dreyfus because of his Jewish identity. Zola's intervention ignited public debate and polarized French society. For some, he was a hero defending truth and justice. For others, he was a traitor undermining national honor. The Dreyfus Affair exposed the alarming influence of institutional power and prejudice. The French military, rather than seeking truth, prioritized its reputation over justice. Anti-Semitism, which had long simmered in French society, provided fertile ground for Dreyfus's scapegoating. Newspapers, political parties, and public opinion were manipulated by sensationalist reporting and nationalist rhetoric, turning Dreyfus into a symbol of both France's internal corruption and its societal divisions. Over the next decade, a painstaking campaign by Dreyfus supporters, including lawyers, journalists, and activists, slowly chipped away at the official narrative. Evidence eventually emerged proving that Major Ferdinand Walsin Esterhazy, a French officer, had committed the espionage for which Dreyfus had been accused. Despite this revelation, the army and segments of the government resisted reopening the case, reflecting the entrenched institutional resistance to admitting fault. It was not until 1906 that Dreyfus was fully exonerated, reinstated in the army, and awarded the Legion of Honor. The Dreyfus Affair had profound and lasting consequences. It shattered public confidence in the French military and judiciary, galvanized the French intellectual and artistic community into political activism, and intensified debates over secularism, nationalism, and human rights. It also exposed the dangers of anti-Semitism as a political tool, a prescient warning for the 20th century, when Europe would witness the horrors of systematic persecution and genocide. Ultimately, the Dreyfus Affair is more than a historical curiosity. It is a case study in the fragility of justice when institutions are swayed by prejudice, fear, and political expediency. It underscores the essential role of dissenting voices, courageous journalism, and public accountability in safeguarding the rule of law. Alfred Dreyfus's ordeal reminds us that truth and justice often require relentless advocacy, moral courage, and the willingness to confront powerful institutions, lessons that remain relevant in any era.